Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Night Huddle Show. I'm your host, Matt Brown. We have a great show for you guys tonight. It is 9 p.m. on the East Coast, where everybody should be on the East Coast. So it is time for the Monday Night Huddle. So let's huddle up, everybody, because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of news. We had some huge wrestling news break today. Actually, I think it broke late last night, but it broke today. We're going to talk a little bit about that after a little bit. Our buddy Keith White might actually be joining us later on to talk about that big wrestling news we will talk about. Chris Ellis in the house. How you doing, sir? Tonight, we're going to open up. We have a blaster. We haven't opened up stuff in a long time, really. But we're going to open up a blaster box of absolute memorabilia baseball from 2021. It's kind of old. I've had this for a while. In here, what do we get in here? 8 cards per pack, 5 packs per box. So not a big opening tonight, but we'll see if we get it out of here. We're also finding one blaster exclusive autograph or memorabilia card tonight, guys. That will be in this blaster box tonight. Hopefully something good. 25 Perez in the house. We're going to talk here a little bit about all the wrestling news coming up here a little bit. Before we do that, update on Hotbox cards. All of our March boxes have shipped. Mystery March boxes. Hopefully you guys were able to solve your mysteries in your your March mystery hot box, and we'll be coming out with details about our April box pretty soon, where we celebrate opening day, which we'll talk about opening day in a little bit. Also, a little program reminder: April 27th, Thursday night, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. will be the Monday Night Huddle second annual NFL draft show. We will be following the live NFL draft, the first round up till 10 o'clock, and then it's past my bedtime. I go to bed after that. So we will follow from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. the 2023 NFL draft with a host of people coming on that show. We have reporters from all over the world, not over the world, just the United States, basically. But already confirmed is our buddy Chris Ellis from Chris Ellis Card Guy, and Keith White from TNT Games is going to be joining us as well already. Plus, we got a lot more feelers out. We'll have a lot more guests to name in the upcoming weeks, the upcoming shows. Actually, it's coming up pretty soon. It's only 24 days away. So I got 3 weeks to get this together. So be on the lookout for that. Chris Ellis said his mystery was too easy. Oh, my goodness. All right. Type it. If you remember the question, Chris, type in your answer. We'll see if anybody else can get it. Some of them were tough. Some of them were hard. I don't know. Hopefully they were all correct. Okay. Hopefully they were all correct. I'm hoping. But nobody told me that they were incorrect. So, all right, let's talk about news. Before we talk about our wrestling news, we're going to talk a little MLB baseball because it was opening day weekend this past weekend. A lot of great games, a lot of great stories we're going to talk about. First off, Adley Rutschman going 5 for 5 in the first game against the Red Sox. That was a very impressive for a young catcher like him. 5 for 5 is a pretty good feat. He was batting 1,000 after the first game. That's pretty impressive when you get 5 at bats. But his average has obviously dropped since then, but still a pretty good performance by Adley Rutschman. The other performance on opening day that was big was, I think, Aaron Judge homering off my Giants. Oh, man. Oh. We played 3 games against the Yankees. 2 games we did not score a run. Okay. We won 1 game, thank goodness, but did not score a run in 2 of the other games. So, Chris got us his question. Who played receiver in college, became a starting quarterback, and drafted as a quarterback? I think it wasn't the question who played receiver at Texas A&M. I think maybe confirm with me if I put Texas A&M. I'm pretty sure I put Texas A&M because I think I know which player you're talking about. There's been a lot of wide receivers drafted and then became quarterbacks, but one was pretty well known. Chris Ellis said, yeah. So which Texas A&M wide receiver in college became a starting quarterback later on in college and drafted as a quarterback? See if anybody can guess who that player is. It's too easy for Chris Ellis, I guess. I don't know. But it made you think a little bit, maybe. Who knows? Aaron Judge had a big game opening day. Hit a home run off his first at-bat after he just hit 60-plus home runs. Starting off the season great with a home run. And his first at-bat, second pitch, takes it out of Yankee Stadium. And I watched a couple of my Giants-Yankee games, and man, that I haven't really noticed, but that Yankee Park is small. Holy cow, it is small out there, folks. No wonder they're hitting all those home runs. And a big props to Anthony Velop, or however you say his name. He actually was pretty impressive. He batted ninth, but I think he had a stolen base every game. He got his first hit in the second game, but he was stealing bases and causing all kinds of trouble there at shortstop for my Giants. But you never know what he'll do in the future. But he has a very bright future there for the Yankees. We'll see what happens with him during the regular season. Sometimes you start off well, then you go down. So who knows? By the way, I'm sporting my Warren Sapp jersey tonight. Little throwback Buccaneers jersey. Found it in the back of my closet. I was like, what am I going to wear tonight? So I found the Warren Sapp jersey. I'm going to rock that tonight with the Bucs. Not a Bucs fan, but I do like Warren Sapp. He played at the University of Miami, which is my favorite college football team. So always got to support my brothers at the U. Even though I didn't go to the U, I went to the YCP. So small college. Most of you guys have never heard of it. Also on opening day, I want to talk a little bit about the rule changes. Stolen bases way up during this opening day weekend. Not just the bases. We talked about the bases being a little bit bigger. I think that played a little bit of a factor, but also the big factor was we didn't talk about this, but the number of chances pitchers can throw over to first base to try to get the guy out. They can only do it twice. So you had, Ronald Acuna, I think on Saturday or Sunday, they threw it over twice, and then he's on first base. He knows the pitcher has to throw home. So he goes, basically, gets an easy stolen base. I think they got to change. A lot of these rules they need to tweak a little bit after they see how it's going to change the game, I think. And I think that's one that's going to have to tweak a little bit. I mean, yeah, you don't want to throw over there like a billion times, but hey, you shouldn't be limited in how number you can throw over it because now the guy's just going to automatically steal the base like Acuna did. And the bases being a little bit bigger also helps them as well. Not as much, I don't think, but does help them a little bit. Every inch counts, guys. They always say, what do they say? Football is a game of inches. Well, baseball can be a game of inches as well, folks. Also, the pitch clock. I watched, like I said, I watched a couple of the Giants games, and they, I don't know, that pitch clock was, Chris Ellis got to say they can throw a third time, but they have to get them. If not, they get the base. Yeah, so pretty much they're not going to throw a third time. But your Braves helped out. Your Braves definitely got that advantage there. Acuna did in that game, which helped them out. Pitch clock. I watched a little bit of the pitch clock. A couple things I noticed. First off, our closer for the Giants, he is not very good at managing the pitch clock. I watched that second game where the Giants won. He had in the ninth inning, he had 2 pitch clock violations, and at least 2 or 3 times our catcher had to call timeout, or he would have had another pitch clock violation. That's how bad this guy was. He's the closer of a Major League Baseball team, and they had to work with him, all the pitchers, on this pitch clock, and he acted like he had never seen a pitch clock before, ever. Never even heard of it. Because he didn't seem like he was taking a lot of time either. I mean, we go in the ninth inning and, you got bases loaded or you got a guy on and you're closing the game and the fans are into it. Things happen. I think that's why they need to tweak that pitch clock to later in the game, allow more time. Because that's when the game is the most intense, the most enjoyable is when, you got tying runners on base. It's the bottom of the ninth. Those things are very exciting for baseball and keep fans definitely interested, not just trying to keep the games under a short amount of time. Though the amount of time for the games was a lot shorter. So that was, that's what they wanted to do, and that's what they did. But again, I'm not a big fan of the pitch clock. I think it needs tweaked, definitely. Also, I don't know if you saw the Mets-Marlins game, I think. There was a foul guy on first, foul ball, and the Mets guy took too long to get back to first base, and he called a strike on the batter. So they were not very happy about that. That's another thing. I think you should have time to get back to first base. So I guess they want them sprinting back to first base. I don't know. But foul ball, and the batter got a strike because the batter couldn't actually go in there and hit because the guy was still going back to first base. So, though, again, they need some tweaks on this. I think you'll see some tweaks. Maybe even during the season, you might see tweaks. Definitely, I think in the offseason, you'll see some tweaks on some of these rules as well. Let me know what you guys thought about opening day weekend. What was what was the thing that you took away the most from opening day? I know the Rays looked really good. The Yankees looked pretty good too. There's a couple other teams I think are still undefeated too, but a lot of good baseball going on. A lot of scoring. A lot of scoring is very up. A lot of scoring in the games this past weekend. So, and my fantasy baseball team's doing pretty decent so far. So, fingers crossed. All right, let's talk about the other big news this weekend, guys. WWE, we're not even going to talk about WrestleMania yet, but WWE is going to be sold to Endeavor, the company that owns the UFC. Big news. Before we get to that, though, I got to show you this picture. Have you guys seen Vince McMahon? I don't know what happened to Vince McMahon. I don't even know if this really is Vince McMahon. But here's the picture. I got to show you guys this picture of Vince. Here we go. This is Vince McMahon, folks. That is Vince McMahon on, I think, CNBC. One of those, CNBC, you can see there on the corner. That does not look like Vince McMahon at all, does it? That is crazy. I think it's an imposter. I don't think he sold the WWE. I think this guy is an imposter. He is not the real Vince McMahon, but man, he dyed his hair black, basically. And, from the stories I've always heard about Vince McMahon, he shaves like multiple times a day. Like he keeps a razor in his briefcase and he's always shaving. And now he's got this little pencil mustache that looks like Groucho Marx or what they were calling him, Gomez Adams. They thought he'd be a good stand-in for Gomez Adams. Holy cow. Chris Ellis said a picture with Muda and Triple H. Yeah. And then he was also on CNBC with the owner of Endeavor too, to talk about their sale too as well. Chris Ellis also says a lot of infielders see what they like to play with the shift. That is true. That is totally new as well. 25 Perez, he's single, ready to mingle. He is, but then again, he's not technically single, and he's been mingling for quite a while, if you know what I mean, folks. But yeah, he is. I don't know if that mustache would get the ladies going, but who knows? So yeah, that's before, but that's a little side thing. But Endeavor buying the WWE, and they're going to merge WWE and UFC into one organization. I think that's the stock ticker is going to be TKO, a public company. Endeavor is going to own 51% of the WWE, and 49% would stay with the shareholders of WWE, which I am a shareholder of WWE, actually. I think I got like one share. Yeah. I'm rich. No, actually, it went down a little bit today. But so Endeavor is going to be owning the WWE. They're going to keep Vince McMahon on. He's basically going to keep a job for as long as he wants or until he passes away. He's not a young guy, but I don't see him really doing much else. I'm very surprised. I thought Vince, this is a family-owned company. It started with his dad, and it got it sold to him, and I figured it would eventually go to Shane or Stephanie, but did not happen. He sells to Endeavor. And now Endeavor has basically UFC and WWE, which there's a lot of similarities between the two. I mean, really, professional wrestling started out as a shoot. Professional wrestling was legit way, way, way back in the days. And then they realized, us having these tough fights, one, we can't fight all the time. And two, it doesn't always draw money. So they figured a way, hey, we'll make it a work where we'll work an angle or something to try to get more fans in and to also keep us a little healthy as well. But it used to be a shoot. So basically, WWE used to be UFC. The other thing that was big too is, when UFC was having trouble and for sale, Shane McMahon was trying to convince his dad to buy UFC. And Vince didn't want to buy it, but that would have been a good pickup for Vince at the time. So Chris Ellis is reporting a meeting was called at W headquarters, and it was said that Endeavor will not mingle with everyday WWE business or personnel. If you believe that, yeah, I don't believe that. I don't think you'll see any changes though in the next year or so, but slowly there's going to be changes. There's definitely going to be some staff I don't think there's going to be wrestlers let go, but I think there's going to be staff let go. I think you'll see a lot of change that way. I think they'll still keep Triple H in charge for now, but you never know with Vince there if he's gonna, what's he gonna do now? He's not doing a sale, what's he gonna work on? So, of course, Endeavor now will be starting to the negotiations of their contracts that are coming up, which probably Vince will be a big part of that with their deals with Fox and their deals with Universe or NBC as well. I think the other thing you're going to see about wrestling fans is I think eventually they are going to go back to the pay-per-view model. I really do. I think they're going to go to the ESPN Plus pay-per-view model that the UFC uses. There's just too much money on the table. And I think eventually, I don't know what kind of contract they had with Peacock. I know the Peacock deal runs longer than the regular NBC deal for Monday Night Raw. But I think, and I don't know what their negotiations are with the pay-per-views being on Peacock or not, but I think eventually you're going to see pay-per-views go back. These live streaming events, big streaming events, are going to go back to pay-per-views, which is going to be bad for us wrestling fans, really, because I'm not paying $50 for a wrestling show. But yeah, some people will. We'll see. It doesn't make sense when Triple H and two others called the meeting. Vince is vice president. I think he's actually considered something else a little bit higher. Nick Khan is considered, I think, the president. Let me see here if I can do a quick Google search. There's Vince McMahon's new look. Don't want that. New role. He'll be the executive chairman, actually, they're calling him. Endeavor president, chief operating Mark Shapiro is going to work as the chief operating officer as well. So definitely big news going out. Our buddy Keith actually is popping on here pretty soon. We're going to wait for him to come on and comment about this. And then we'll also talk about his WrestleMania picks. He did decent. I expect a little bit more from our buddy Keith picking up WrestleMania, but we will see what he is able to. We'll go over his picks again. Well, not his total picks, but we'll tell you how many he won and lost. Hopefully you guys had a good time. I actually didn't even get to watch all the WrestleMania. I had a horrible weekend. Got into a car accident. My son threw up all over the place. It was just a bad weekend altogether. But we're all safe. That's the good news. So we'll wait for our buddy Keith White from TNT Games to come on, and we will talk about this big sale. Again, I think you're going to see pay-per-views come back. I really do. I think that's going to end up eventually. I think it might be a little bit down the road, but I think that will eventually come back. Endeavor again is buying 51% of WWE, merging that with UFC. Let's see what happens. See if there's any cross promotions. You sometimes see UFC fighters show up on WWE. We've seen, of course, Brock, who went from WWE to UFC backed. Lashley has done mixed martial arts. You've seen, what's the guy who fought Brock Lesnar at Saudi Arabia? I forget his name. Kane something. He was a former UFC fighter. So you might see, and already you see Conor McGregor and Paul Heyman getting into it on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that, but Conor McGregor posted a thing, and then Paul Heyman responded about Roman Reigns being, the UFC wanted Roman Reigns, and Conor McGregor said he would break Paul Heyman's jaw in 3 places. Who knows? Again, tonight we're going to open up a blaster box of 2021 Absolute Baseball tonight. It is 8 cards per pack, 5 packs per box, 1 memorabilia or autograph card per box on that. Still waiting for Keith to get totally set up, but he doesn't have his video up yet. But he should have that up soon, and we'll talk a little bit more about the wrestling. 25 Press says, yes, Cain Velasquez. That's the guy, yeah. And you've seen, Tank Abbott has gone from UFC to wrestling. So you've seen guys like that before, but I don't think you're going to see a huge promotion push. You're not going to see huge UFC guys or WWE guys going the other way that much, but could happen as well. So, all right, we will wait for our buddy Keith to get all set up. As soon as he is ready, he looks like he's driving. I don't know. He looks like he might be driving. So we'll see if he's going to park somewhere, and then he'll give me a thumbs up, and we will bring Mr. Keith White on from TNT Games. And we will talk a little bit more about this merger as well. Not a merger, really. It's really a buyout. I really thought Vince would try to go private again. I thought I know that's what Eric Bischoff was predicting for WWE to go private, but we will see what happens with the future. It's going to be pretty interesting. Let's talk a little bit of WrestleMania, why Keith gets ready. And Keith's record actually at WrestleMania was 6-5, 55%. Let me know what you guys thought about WrestleMania. I didn't get to watch very much of it. Very disappointing though that Cody did not win the title. Man, that was. I mean, you can start calling him Cody Luger now because that was a huge mistake. I think Cody should have won the title. You saw the pop that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens got when they won the titles on night one. They would have had the same, if not bigger, pop on night two if Cody Rhodes would have walked away with that championship. Man, I'm getting all stuffed up for some reason. So, yeah, I don't know what you guys thought. Should Cody have won the title? I think he should have. I don't know really where they go from here. Because really, things could change. Things could definitely change quite a bit. You never know what is going to happen. Maybe Cody gets hurt, or maybe, his popularity drops a little bit. And then Vince decides, or maybe this is a Vince call. Maybe Vince said, hey, I don't want Cody to take the title. I don't know. Would it shock me that Vince made that call? Absolutely not. Would not shock me at all. They don't know how to read a room. Once he hit every Rhodes move, the pin should have happened. It should have, yeah. I think he had a couple of crossroads on him. I think that's what he calls it. Yeah, he should have walked away with the title. But I guess that means Roman Reigns is sticking around for a while. There was always reports of him doing movies coming up and everything. So obviously he is sticking around as well on that. So I'm not sure if Keith wants to join us or not, but we'll see if he's available here pretty soon. I know he gave me, I think, a thumbs up. All right. So let's bring on our buddy, Keith White. Keith White, here you are. Holy cow, why are you driving and talking to me at the same time?
Because I'm not looking at you.
Okay, that helps. Holy, you are the first person on our show to be moving while talking to us on the show.
Well, I'm glad I can make history.
You are?
I wish you said the same for Cody Rhodes, but unfortunately, what a mess that was.
Yeah,
you hit the nail on the head, man. I think they're making a mistake with that because I don't know any other scenario where he wins it and it becomes that much more meaningful. I think last night was the only truly meaningful time for him to win it.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, winning a championship at WrestleMania is probably the biggest thing you can do. It's better than winning it at a SummerSlam or Royal Rumble. And are they really going to go another whole year with Roman Reigns as champion?
I think that'd be overkill. I mean, it's been awesome and I've enjoyed it up until now, but I don't think I can do much more. I think that my attention span, my level of tolerance is starting to wane. So I believe that it's time to end things, and I wish they would have done it. Triple H said that there's another chapter in the story. He said last night was just a chapter, but I agree with you. I don't know if it's Vince McMahon pulling the strings, but it's a crazy situation. Now let's talk about my picks. How did I do?
You were 6-5, 55%. Your picks were correct.
Okay. Let's go back over them real quick.
Okay, let's see here. I have it here. I barely found it. Let's see. You picked Edge over Finn Balor, which was correct, but no Brood. No Brood.
Nope.
No.
He did come up from under the floor, though.
That's true. That is true. Let's see. You had Trish, Lita, and Becky winning. Of course, they did. I think that was an easy pick.
Yep.
Austin Theory winning, which I was surprised they would have Austin Theory win when they bring John Cena out with all these Make-A-Wish kids, and then they just crush their dreams in having Cena lose.
Yep, but they gotta make a star. Okay.
That's true. Gunther, you were right on that as well, winning the keeping the Intercontinental title. Now here's where things went a little awry. You picked Dominic to win, which I don't think he did.
He did not. There was a memorable moment where Rey Mysterio actually took his belt off and spanked and whipped Dominic with his belt, which is pretty funny. And what's pretty Rey Mysterio right now changed his mask, and his mask looks more like Conan's mask from the Luchador days. And it looks like anti-concussive. It looks like it's very solid and sturdy, but it is not his normal mask. And he different versions over the weekend. So it's very interesting to see that. It looks weird.
Gotcha. Our buddy Chris Ellis said he thought the best match was that triple threat Intercontinental title with Gunther. I didn't actually get to watch it, so it's something to at least go back and watch.
So hard hitting. It was very, very just snug, like you like your wrestling. Like, very, very brutal.
Yep. All right, you picked Logan Paul to beat Seth Rollins. That did not happen. Kind of surprising, I thought, on that one.
I was surprised too, of course. But that's one of those ones you can't go wrong, whoever you decide to go over.
Right.
Because eventually Seth Rollins needs a win too.
Yes. Yeah. You had Amos going over Brock Lesnar, and that did not happen. Though I heard it wasn't a bad match. I wrote down, I've circled almost for you.
I must have been drinking.
You must have been. Or I must have convinced you. Because I think I convinced you. I said Bobby Lashley would come out and help him win.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I heard it wasn't like a total car wreck.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But a lot of that's due to Brock Lesnar just being the man.
Definitely. You had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens going over the Usos. Of course, that happened. That was a huge pop night one. Probably one of the biggest pops of the whole WrestleMania, actually, probably.
Absolutely, yes. And good emotion. Probably a few too many false finishes, but I understand why they did that for the storyline. Because they wanted people to believe that the Usos were going to pull it out. So, and there was a nice little moment where Sami Zayn said, "I love you, I'm sorry, Us," to Jay. Shades of Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels there.
Right. So for those guys just joining you, I'm not talking to a black box. I'm actually talking to Keith White from TNT Games and also formerly a Mixed Tag Podcast. He is driving right now, doing something very dangerous. If he gets pulled over, I'm cutting him off. I don't want to be involved. I've already seen police this weekend, so I don't want to see any more police. Next up, you had Asuka going over Bianca Belair. That, of course, did not happen. Bianca Belair kept the title. See what happens from here. I think they might do a unification match eventually with that women's championship, but Asuka could not get it done.
Yeah, and it's a shame because I do like heel Asuka, and I'm kind of getting Bianca Belair kind of reminds me of like the stale baby face where the run goes a little too long, but at the same time, I saw potential shades, especially at the tail end of the match, where they could turn her heel because she started to catch a little attitude and started to get a little frustrated at the end of the match, and a ruthless streak kind of came out. So I was very impressed with that match and the way that Bianca Belair did pull it off. So I'll give that to her.
Yes, definitely. Next up, you had Rhea Ripley beating Charlotte. I think that, from what I've heard, that might have been the match of the whole weekend.
It was fantastic. Well paced, great moves, great timing from both competitors, and just a lot of emotion too. It was well done. I think where I wish, and I'm gonna get myself situated here in a quick second, but I wish they had done a situation differently where they would have. There you are. I wish they would have done a situation differently where they would have, at the very end of the match, I think that the cameraman messed up. They were filming Charlotte sitting up below the ring instead of filming Rhea Ripley celebrating. And you could see Charlotte clapping and smiling and things like that. And that wasn't, I don't think it was supposed to happen. Maybe it was, but I just kind of felt like they kind of messed it up and suspended a little bit of disbelief. But that match was so good, Matt.
Yeah. Well, that's one I'm definitely going to go back and watch. And then finally, of course, the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns match you picked, and you picked that one wrong, which most of us did pick it wrong, anyways.
I don't know anybody.
You still there, Keith? All right, looks like Keith might have frozen a little bit. I'm sure he'll be back here in a second, though. So we'll take Keith off for a little bit till he gets his video back up and audio back up and working. Then we will talk to him again. Keith, I think you might be back. Keith, are you back?
I'm still here.
All right, good. So yeah, everybody kind of got that pick wrong, which is pretty self-explanatory. Where do you think they go from here with Reigns and Cody?
Well, it's interesting. I don't know what's happening right now, but if I was the WWE, I would have Cody win it on Raw tonight. Shades of the Attitude Era, where anything can happen.
Really?
That's just me. I think it's the only chance that you get for a truly meaningful pop similar to WrestleMania, because that night after WrestleMania is like a third night of WrestleMania in a lot of ways.
Right.
So I think it's the only chance to get the most meaningful pop. I think it'd be a shame to waste it on Backlash, but at the same time, wrestling fans in Puerto Rico are known for their passion. So it could be a good situation there. I would rather see a 6-man tag match happen with Cody and Sammy and Kevin versus the Bloodline at Backlash. So SummerSlam is the only big main event pay-per-view you could do to have him win it, but it'll be the same. Like, that's the thing. Last night, they really dropped the ball, I think.
Yeah, just looking here to see some stuff here. It looks like Sammy and Kevin Owens came out. Oh, tonight, Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa.
Wow, okay.
Tonight on Raw. So that's a big match there.
That is.
All right, we talked a little bit before you came on, the sale. Endeavor buying the WWE. Even after, I forgot to mention this, Endeavor came out on one of their conferences or stock things or whatever, and somebody had asked a question about them buying WWE, and they said, no, we don't want to go that much in debt. But they are going in debt because they are buying the WWE and merging them basically with the UFC under a new organization, TKO, good initials. And they are going to own 51% of the WWE, 49% to stay with the shareholders. What do you think, or what was your first thoughts about this? This just came out late last night, and we haven't had a lot of time to dissect it yet.
Well, first of all, what's interesting, credit to Cam Manning, who broke the story for me hours and hours before it was made public, because he has some sources. So good on Cam. Mm-hmm. He kind of let us know ahead of time in the mixed tag universe. But I'm not a big fan. Here's my reasoning. I don't like the way that Endeavor handled Dana White, where him slapping his wife around at New Year's, because I feel like any other sports league that's worth its salt, Major League Baseball, NFL, people would have to reckon with that. He wasn't even given a slap on the wrist or anything. And of course, I'm not a big fan of the WWE and their situation with Vince. He's back again. I feel like it's kind of, I don't want to, corrupt, I don't think is the correct word, but it just doesn't seem ethical. I think the business ethics of the UFC and the WWE are pretty shady. And so I'm not a big fan of them kind of getting in bed like this with the same company. But time will tell. I was kind of hoping for, I know it's going to sound silly, but like I was hoping for Disney. I was hoping for a way to continue to watch like I do on Peacock, different things like that. A company that has more structure, I guess. And I'm not a fan of Dana White anymore. Watching that video really soured me, on him and just the fighter pay in the UFC, and they've been dealing with that for a long time, and the way that Vince runs the WWE, and the wrestlers' contracts, things like that. I'm just not a fan of. Like, there's a reason that AEW was created, and there's a reason that people have gone there for various reasons. And I'm just worried that with this new company, bad behavior is going to continue.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they were saying. I mean, Vince McMahon's basically got a job for as long as he wants. I mean, it doesn't matter what he does. So, right. I mean, if they're going to keep Dana White for that, they're going to keep Vince no matter what.
Right.
Yeah, so, and to be honest with you, I think I was mentioning earlier, I think you're not going to see many changes, I don't think, right away. It takes a while for, there's big mergers like that to happen. But I think eventually you're going to see WWE go back to the pay-per-view model. using ESPN Plus, kind of like how UFC does with the pay-per-view, instead of the traditional pay-per-view outlets using ESPN Plus for pay-per-views instead of it being on Peacock or a streaming network.
I agree, and I've been enjoying the premium live events because I'm notoriously cheap.
Me
I
too.
will buy some pay-per-views if I have to, but I pick and choose greatly. I've been really enjoying premium live events. Selfishly, I was also hoping, because when Nate gets a certain age, I want to be able to watch them with him. And now I'm not necessarily going to shell out $50 or more to do that. So
Well, just
yeah,
tell him, just show him Raw from the '90s and tell him it's current wrestling. He won't know the difference. And then you'll be like, "Oh, there's a pay-per-view this week. It's WrestleMania 17."
yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't find you karate fighters in the stores. I don't know where. I think they're sold out, buddy.
Yeah, I
So
don't know what
sorry.
your kids are talking about Roman Reigns. Who's that?
Yeah,
uh, and what
yeah.
did you think? I actually think Vince McMahon's new look. I don't think this was Vince McMahon who sold the company. I think this is all swerve. I think we have an evil Vince McMahon, with that mustache and that dyed hair. He sold the WWE to Endeavor, and I think it's going to come out. We're going to see the real Vince McMahon be like, I never sold it. This is all storyline. This guy is fake. What'd you think about Vince's new look?
He looks. It's funny. I think he's had also. I think he's had his face stretched back. Like
Mm-hmm.
he definitely looks like he's had work done. He looks. I told you earlier. He looks like Gomez Adams. Um, it's all he does. He looks like an old timey villain. It's not a good look. It makes him look creepy. Than he ever was. It doesn't help his image. It doesn't help the situation that he was in. Um, Nothing good could come of that. Jet black dye job and the creepy mustache. I don't know if he looks like John Waters. I mean, it's
Yeah,
bad.
definitely. And I don't know. And if you hear stories like Cornette talks about, he would keep a electric razor in his briefcase, and he would be shaving like multiple times a day. And now just to come and want to have a mustache, and not even like a regular mustache, it's like a little pencil mustache at the bottom is it's horrible.
Yeah,
Even if he just got the dye job, that looked horrible with that mustache add on top of it. Holy cow.
he based on his age, he's probably trying to look like his idols growing up, like Errol Flynn and those
Or
movie
maybe
stars.
Walt Disney.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it is one of the creepier things I've seen. In a couple years now, for sure.
Yeah, especially when he's on an interview with the new owner, the Endeavor head of the Endeavor company and CNBC, and he's looking like that, and it's just you can't even take him seriously.
Well, it's funny because that other owner, his hair was all over the place. Like he looked like he had bedhead. So you got the one guy who puts too much product in. You got the other guy who doesn't have nearly enough. These guys are billionaires. You'd think they'd have it together.
Yeah, you would think so. But then again, we don't really have much to argue about. So
No, we have 0 billions.
yes, we have 0 billions and we have 0 style.
Yeah.
But that is the case. All right, Keith, I'll let you get inside. You probably just got home, so I appreciate you coming on. Again, tell us a little bit about the TNT games. We've been promoting that a little bit. What you got coming up on TNT games coming up here pretty soon?
So we have 80s night next Monday, coming off of Easter. We're gonna be doing that down in Delaware, Lewis, Delaware. This week we actually have a fun one. I wish I could stream these. Maybe eventually I'll figure that out. But we're gonna be doing old school hip hop night at this Mexican spot called Taco Rijo, where it's actually National Burrito Day on Thursday. Half price burritos and old school hip hop trivia night. So we play a lot of music. We do a little name that tune. We ask some questions about old school hip hop. It's a blast.
Yeah, you're not thinking about maybe like recording like one of those just whole sessions and putting it on YouTube or cutting it down into like little clips on TikTok or something.
I gotta figure something out. I'm gonna talk to you. You're my new chief strategist.
Oh, chief strategist. Can I grow just a bad mustache and shave everything else off?
Please do, sir. Please do.
Oh, man. All right, buddy. Again, I appreciate you coming on. I know it was a short notice. I wasn't expecting to have you on, but, breaking news happened. I have to bring my wrestling analyst in to talk about these wrestling news.
I understand. I'm in the shadows. I know it looks weird. I'm happy you're okay with the car accident. I'm glad everybody's okay. Sorry your boy threw up, and we'll talk soon.
Yep. All right. Have a good one, Keith. I appreciate you. Talk to you here. Hopefully not. Hopefully we won't talk till April 27th when we do the NFL draft.
All right, sounds good.
All right, have a good one, Keith. All right, that was our buddy Keith White, formerly of the Mixed Tag Podcast, now TNT Games. Of course, if you're ever in the Delaware area, he's doing, I think they're doing like 2 or 3 shows, like trivia nights at bars, restaurants. He just mentioned he has his the old school hip hop night coming up there. So make sure you check out TNT Games and our buddy Keith White. If you need more information, I'll put a link down below if you're rewatching this later on. All right, I'm going to take a quick break because I'm going to come back, and I haven't opened anything in a while. I want to get this open. 2021 Absolute Memorabilia Baseball. Hopefully we get something good. So we'll be right back right after this message. Are you tired of going to the store and finding all the shelves bare of your favorite sports cards? Well, I got the solution for you. It's Hotbox Cards. Hotbox Cards is a sports card subscription service. And what's even better, Hotbox Cards is affordable. No more than $100, $150, $200, $300 sports card subscription boxes. I'm talking Hotbox Cards at $29.99 plus shipping. You can't beat that. And you can't beat the variety. Most sports card subscription boxes are all about packs. Here, we like to mix it up. Every box, you're going to get 3 unopened packs. You're going to get 50 bonus cards, plus 3 game use or autograph cards. And we'll even ask you what your favorite team is. We try to give you one of those game use or autograph cards to be one of your favorite teams. So you got to check out the website, hotboxcards.net. You are going to love it. Plus, we give bonus items every month. Every month, we have a different theme in our boxes, and we give free items in every box. You can't beat it for $29.99. Check out the website, hotboxcards.net, and become a subscriber today. All right, we are back, folks, and we're going to open up this blaster box of 2021 Absolute Memorabilia. I bought a bunch of stuff from Dave and Adam Card Shop online, and I qualified for a free item, and one of the free items I qualified for was a blaster box. So I actually got this for free. So we'll take the look. It says unwrap 5 base green parallels and 5 green insert parallels. So we will look at those. Plus, again, we're going to get 1 memorabilia or autograph card. We got, who is that? Luis Robert, I believe. Yeah, Luis Robert there on the front of that. Of course, we got Bobby the Brain Heenan in the back, Big John Studd, Don the Rock Morocco, Hot Rod Roddy Piper. They are all WWE Hall of Famers. They are all back there. And bringing back Homer Buddha. I'll tell you what, I don't know if you guys saw this. Our buddy Mike Vance, he's a big Seattle Mariners fan, and he was at the Mariners game when they gave away the Julio Rodriguez bobblehead. And I don't know if you saw, but I saw other people post pictures. There was a huge line 3 hours before the game trying to get in for the Mariners game to get that bobblehead. That was just insane. Definitely insane on that one here. Anthony Rendon got suspended for taking a swing at a fan and pulling his shirt. Yeah, I saw the video. They were doing some figuring out, I don't think the guy that he grabbed was the guy that was calling him names. But yeah, he got suspended, I think, for 4 games for that. So definitely want to make your fans happy, folks. But, after a tough loss, sometimes it's tough. And then, you know what? People are yelling stuff. And yeah, there's not many people in the Oakland Stadium, but sometimes it's hard to figure out who's doing what. But he seemed like, I think the kid was maybe autistic, or not the kid, but I think he was a guy, probably in his 20s. But I think he was kind of autistic as well. But I'm not sure. Wasn't a good look for Anthony Rendon for the Angels. Let me know what else you guys thought about opening day weekend. Hopefully you guys watched some baseball. If you're a T-Mobile or Sprint customer, you could have got MLB free, MLB TV for the whole year. They do that once a year. I think you can still sign up for it, but I got MLB TV now. So there we go. There's our packs, our empty box. Kind of cool promotion they do. So, all right, this one's thick. So this one probably has the memorabilia card. We'll put that at the end. We will start with these. Again, 8 cards per pack. We'll open these up. I don't even think I've ever opened any of these before. Like I said, I didn't pay anything for this box. So those are my favorite kind of boxes and cards. The ones I don't pay for. All right, let's see what we get here. We got Javier Baez when he was still with the Cubs. Remember, these are 2021. Blake Snell. Brian Anderson. Who was that? Jimmy Fox, Philadelphia Athletics, folks. Looks like our chat's going away a little bit, but hopefully you guys can all still see. Blake Snell on the green parallel. Next up, Extreme Team Luis Robert. That's a nice one there. Next up, Miguel Cabrera. Icons. Definitely an icon is Miguel Cabrera. And we got Ed Roush for Cincinnati on the Extreme Team. Ed Roush. Extreme. Marcelo said he had Major League Baseball TV for multiple years. I love Absolute Memorabilia. Got some really good autos and memorabilia cards for them. Great. I appreciate it, man. They are some good products, I think, as well. So I actually wanted to tell people I went down to the Baltimore card shop I go to, and they had 4. I'm counting 4. No, they had 5. They had 5 4-row boxes filled of 2022 Topps Update with inserts. They said somebody traded them in or sold them to them. I guess they bought, the guy maybe opened a case of them and just took out, some cards and just traded the rest of the shop. Well, I got all 5 boxes. So it was probably 4,000 cards on one of those monster boxes, the 4-row, I would assume at least. I got all 5 boxes for $100. $20 a box. I probably end up with 20,000 2022 Topps Update. There's inserts, there's rookies. I have found, I think, 3 Wander Franco rookie debut rookies. I found Bobby Witt rookies so far. I've only gone through maybe 2. I think I've gone through 2 boxes. So I still have 3 boxes left, but you would not believe what they didn't pull out. I got some numbered cards already, a lot of inserts, a ton of inserts, the All-Star Game inserts, including Mike Trout All-Star Game insert, Shohei Ohtani insert, but all 5 boxes for $100. That was a deal. So Randy Orzena, this is pack number 2. Sandy Koufax, the greatest left-handed pitchers of all time. Paul Goldschmidt. Matt Olson, the Athletics. Brian Anderson on the green. We got rookie class Christian Pache, who's with Oakland now. Former Brave here. Luis Garcia for Washington, rookie class. And there's Julio. Look at that. Julio in 2021. That's nice. I'm going to sleeve that up. Vances are not here tonight. We haven't seen them in a while. I think they have softball now. But even if you got softball, you should make time for the Monday Night Huddle, folks. Never know what's going to happen. You might pull Julio Rodriguez. And also in that 2022 update, I found, I think, 2 Julio Rodriguez's so far. So put that back there. That's a nice card to have. All right, pack number, what are we on? Pack number 3, I think. Hopefully you guys are having a good Monday night. The car wreck I was in was not too bad. They mostly just hit my passenger side mirror, got damaged pretty bad. The passenger side door got bent in. I can't open it. And then the passenger front of the bumper got bent in. So gotta be careful out there driving, folks. Joe Jackson, shoeless Joe Jackson there on the cart. Joey Votto. Who's that? Colin Moran for the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Buccos. Walker Buehler. We got a red Jimmy Fox, or a green Jimmy Fox, I'm sorry. Jimmy, hard to see them, I know. Oh, another great prospect. This time Spencer Torkelson, and that's a green parallel. That's a nice one. Spencer, I did find some Spencers in that 2022 update boxes I bought. Again, I still got 3 boxes to go through, so I still got a ton to go through. I'll probably find a lot more great stuff. Power, Rafael Devers on the insert, and Ian Anderson for Atlanta on that one. All right, next pack up here, folks. Again, make sure you mark your calendars. April 27th, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Special day, special time, 8 to 10, NFL draft. Watch us give our bad expert analysis on the NFL draft picks. We'll have correspondents from all over the U.S. Covering a lot of the teams, just like they do on ESPN. So, Reese Hoskins, Buster Posey, my boy Buster. Garrett Cole looked pretty good in his opening day against my boys. Ken Griffey Jr., there's the kid. I saw he's still, the 4th highest paid player on the Reds this year, I think they said. They're still paying him on a contract. Randy Rosena again on the green this time. Next up is a Jose Abreu power. There he is still with the White Sox. That is also green parallel. Jose Ramirez, statistically speaking, try to say that 3 times. And Unsung Heroes, Brandon Lau. Unsung Heroes. Last pack. We know we're going to get a memorabilia or autograph card in here. I think it's going to be a memorabilia card. It is pretty thick. So I might want to let me grab a thick top or a thick sleeve here. I do got a bunch of thick sleeves here. In case this is a biggie. Put that over here ready. So here we go. We need some last pack mojo, Big John Stud. Big John Stud for a big card. That's what we need. So far, not a bad blaster box. Getting the Julio Rodriguez and a Spencer Torkelson. I'll take those. They're nice. All right, here we go. We're going to start off with Jacob deGrom. And next up is Bryce Harper, still injured. Next up is George Springer. Let's go from the back. We have Braylon Marquez from Chicago, rookie class. Tim Anderson, statistically speaking. I'm going to try to cover this up lastly. And we have Justin Verlander on Icons. That's a green. So let's flip it over. Who do we have? We have, is it Javier Baez? No, we have another card here. Javier Baez green. And there we go. We have Mickey Monak, rookie for the Phillies, rookie threads with the pinstripe. That's nice. Probably saying his name wrong. Probably, more than likely. Here we go. Yeah, it's Mickey Monak, outfielder for Philadelphia. I've seen his cards before. I don't know if he has done very much. But there he is, his rookie threads got out of that box. Again, I didn't pay anything for this box. It was a throw in from Dave and Adam Card World. So make sure you check out their website. If you buy enough, you can get some free stuff. So tonight's blaster box, the big ones were the Spencer Torkelson prospect green on that one, the Julio Rodriguez prospect card, and then the Mickey Monak Philadelphia rookie jersey with a pinstripe. It's nice how they have the pinstripe right down the middle. That's nice on that Phillies jersey. Not numbered or anything. We did not get any numbered cards that I saw. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that break. We'll be coming back next week again with more cards, more great action, and more talk sports and everything else. I appreciate you guys being on. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber to our YouTube channel. If you're on our Facebook page, make sure you hit the like button as well. Tell all your friends. I want to try to grow this show out a little bit more. We have some new guests coming up soon from Legends Never Die. He's supposed to be coming on, I think, here in the month of April. We have some other people coming on as well. And, of course, Thursday, April 27th, 8 p.m. Eastern, our Monday Night Huddle second annual NFL draft show will be on live following the NFL draft, giving you all the opinions and all the stuff that my money could buy for experts, which is not very much. So, again, until next week, I'll see you guys later. Have a great week. And we got Easter this weekend. Have a fantastic Easter, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoy your Easter. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to go down and see my son, I think, on Easter. Spend time with him again for Easter. But so make sure you guys have a fantastic Easter. Hopefully you get to the Easter Bunny, brings you some cards. You know, Easter Bunny can always bring you cards. All right, guys, that's all the time. I'm babbling now. I got to get out of here. I will talk to you guys later. Be safe, everybody.